Let's go! Okay?
All right. Yeah, Peaches got it.
Yippee!
Here we go.
What's going on? We're back for another episode of the Funtendo Market Report. Let's jump right into it. The Dow Jones Industrial Average up 293.11 points today. The Nasdaq down 41.42 points for today. The S&P 500 up 3.04 points for today. The Nikkei exchange up 263.16 points for today.
Woohoo!
Checking in on the London FTSE markets, we have mixed results in the London FTSE markets.
Okay?
Jumping into the gold spot prices. Gold is down $6.20, while silver is down 14 cents.
Mamma mia!
Checking in on the exchange rates, the dollar is up against all major currencies except for the Brazilian currency and the Zaire.
Let's go!
Let's jump into cryptocurrency prices. Bitcoin down 3.91% within the last 24 hours, while Ethereum's down 5.64% within the last 24 hours.
Mamma mia.
The fear and greed index has gone down, dropping slightly as there's been a minor pullback of close to, I'd say about 8.35% within the last 7 days. Let's jump into Mario's Madness, where we cover the top stock gainers and the top stock losers of the day. Crinetics Pharmaceuticals Inc. up 18.19%. Alpine Immune Sciences Inc. up 19.09%. Nordstrom Inc. up 10.67%. International Paper Company up 9.59%. Core and Main Inc. up 7.10%. Moving into today's losers. Leading the pack, D Local Limited down 17.22%. Super Microcomputer Inc. down 8.35%. MicroStrategy Incorporated down 5.77%. Clean Spark Inc. down 5.57%. And Korea Electric Power Company down 7.54%.
15 with today's consumer, and this morning, what could be a revolutionary change in the always volatile housing market.
Here we
The
go.
National Association of Realtors has agreed to a landmark settlement that's set to impact how homes are bought and sold and could save both buyers and sellers money in the process.
Senior consumer investigative correspondent Vicki Wynn is here with details on all of it. So let's start
All right.
with that settlement on Friday. Vic, what do we need to know about that?
Yeah, good morning. This has been big news, talk of the town over the weekend, right? Because it's majorly impacting buyers and sellers moving forward. Basically, NAR, the National Association of Realtors, which represents 1.5 million agents across the country, agreed to settle a series of class action lawsuits that were filed by homeowners in Illinois and Missouri that claimed that real estate commissions violate antitrust laws, that basically they're artificially inflating these commissions. So the way it works now, you want to sell your house, you get a listing agent, and they're going to get 5 to 6% commission on the sale of your house. It's not typically anything you can actually negotiate. There's no real competition. Well, now that is eliminated under this ruling if it is approved by a federal court. That still has to happen. The other part of it is the settlement agrees to $418 million in payments from NAR to home sellers, but it's unclear right now just how many people will file for a claim like this. It could be tens of millions of homeowners, like a class action lawsuit. Everybody might get $10 or $20. The big part of it is really the elimination of that standard 6% commission that will really revolutionize how much money we save as sellers and buyers. NAR, for its part, denies any wrongdoing.
So if it gets approved by that federal court, how would this affect you? Say you want to sell your home in the near future.
Such an important question, Laura. So in the interim, we have March, April, May, June. It's going to be business as usual. But if you're thinking about selling your house later than July, and let's say this goes through and it's approved by the courts, you're going to want to negotiate with the selling agent to understand what is your commission? What are you providing for me? How are you going to get my home in front of as many buyers as possible and get me the most bang for my buck? And this could be the 3% commission now instead of a 6% commission. The median price for a home right now is $417,000 in the U.S. That's a $25,000 commission typically under the old rules. Under the new rules, it'd be $12,500.
That's
so you
a big
could save
difference.
tens of thousands of dollars. And a lot of homes in busy markets, I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that you could save.
So Vic, tomorrow, the official start of spring, usually a very busy time for the real estate industry. What do buyers need to know as we head into spring?
So we talked to a couple of realtors, Stacey
Here we
Etzer out of
go.
New Jersey and Sophie Schneeberger out of Florida, and they really gave us a good breakdown for buyers. The important thing to know, if you're buying after July and so this goes through, you should be prepared to pay a commission now. It won't be free for you to have an agent taking you around and showing you through those open houses. Now, what that commission is up to you and that agent potentially. Something that I think buyers are excited about is these days there are websites, Zillow, Redfin, you know about some open houses. You can go see them on your own. Maybe you can negotiate a flat fee. Come in, help me when it's time to make the offer, when it's time to sign my paperwork. You could even hire a real estate agent, an attorney rather, to help you with that. So this is really going to change the game for buyers. You might have less buying power because now you're paying more than you anticipated to acquire that home. This is where experience comes in because you really need to make sure this is someone who's going to show you the right properties, especially if you're moving into a new community. Makes a big difference.
A lot of good tips to keep in mind. Thank you,
Vic. Sounds like it could be a real game changer, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, $30 billion in savings, according to the Federation, a Federation for Consumers of America.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bank of Japan ends the world's only negative rates regime in a historic move. The central bank of the world's fourth largest economy raised short-term interest rates to around 0 to 0.01% from negative 0.1%, ending the world's last negative rates regime. Japan's central bank raised interest rates on Tuesday for the first time since 2007, ending the world's last negative rates regime on early signs of robust wage gains this year. The BOJ raised its short-term interest rates from around 0 to 0.1 from negative 0.1%, according to a statement at the end of its two-day March policy meeting. Japan's negative rates regime had been in place since 2016. The BOJ also announced the abolition of its radical yield curve policy for 10 years Japanese government bonds, which the central bank has employed to target longer-term interest rates by buying and selling bonds as necessary. Companies behind Hershey and Cadbury chocolate signal possible price hikes amid cocoa cost surge. The price of cocoa has already doubled since last year. Easter is on the horizon, but the price of chocolate may leave a bitter aftertaste for some leading up to the sweet holiday. Two popular chocolate brands recently indicated they may raise prices on products again due to the rising cost of cocoa, which has gone up following torrential rain in major cocoa growing regions that affected production. Executives from Hershey and Cadbury each pointed to possible additional price hikes in recent earnings calls, identifying rising cocoa costs as a main culprit behind the increases. Let's jump into the next
Here I
segment,
go.
Wario's recklessness. What happens if you don't pay your taxes? A trip to jail is unlikely, but cleaning up the financial mess could take a while. If you file your tax return but don't pay what you owe, you'll likely receive a letter from the IRS detailing how much you owe and asking you to pay. Key takeaways. Don't pay Uncle Sam and you'll end up having to pay what you owe to the IRS and you'll be socked with interest and penalties. If you don't pay your taxes, it could hurt your ability to refinance your home and may bring down your credit score. If you owe money to the Internal Revenue Service, you're not alone. In fact, it happened to a lot of Americans. In the most recent data available, the IRS estimated that Americans owed are at least $668 billion in back taxes, penalties, and interest in 2021. People, pay your taxes on time. If you do not pay your taxes on time, the tax fees and penalties, they stack up on a daily basis. This number has the potential to get really big, really quick. Let's jump into the next segment, Bowser's blunders. Why Zillow is worried about America's housing market shakeup. Shares of Zillow have fallen as investors worry that lower commission rates for agents could impact the platform. The company stock has dropped nearly 13% since Friday's $418 million settlement between the National Association of Realtors and groups of home sellers, which ended the standard 6% commission for realtors. It's a sign that investors fear the settlement could have seismic effects through the housing industry, changing everything from how much Americans pay to buy and sell homes to the income of those in the industry and even the technology underpinning it. Y'all know what time it is. It's Yoshi's Yogis Tuesday.
Lucky enough to date a girl who does Pilates or yoga, you should marry her. These girls are part of the elite high-value women. Instead of partying all night or on weekends, you know what she's doing? She's doing her skincare and then hopping into bed early because she knows that she has to wake up early just to get to her class. Pilates and yoga might sound like cute girly workouts, but they're definitely not for the weak. You're doing hour-long full-body workouts, doing pulse squats for long durations, core workouts, doing planks to downward dogs, crazy movements, and half the time, they're not even breaking a sweat. You may not think that these workout classes are hard, but I've seen some of the strongest looking men not be able to keep up in class. These women are flexible and usually in the best shape of their lives. Not only that, but they finish these workouts and are in a great mood after, getting all these natural endorphins, and then they're ready to tackle on the day. Like it's nothing. Like they didn't just sweat for an hour and do an intense workout. The workouts are helping them relax and lower their stress hormones, improves their energy and overall physical and mental wellness. They don't have the energy to go out and party because they're putting in the energy to better themselves. And they're more likely to treat you better because they're in a good mood after getting a workout in. So she's in great shape, she's less stressed out, she's generally happier, and she'll probably treat you better. Why would you not marry her? You're lucky enough.
And it's too soon to... I know I can't afford, I know I can't afford to stop for one more.
Okay, this is me trying my leg stretch for today, but I am so sore from exercising earlier. But there we go. Okay, this is me trying my leg stretch for today, but I am so sore from exercising earlier. But there we go.
Let's jump into the final segment. Yoshi's Yummies. Krispy Kreme celebrates the arrival of spring by introducing 4 new mini donut flavors. The arrival of spring means the arrival of 4 new donut flavors at Krispy Kreme. The company announced Tuesday it is helping consumers hatch happy by introducing all new spring mini collection. Customers can get the new flavors beginning March 19th and for a limited time at participating Krispy Kreme locations across the country. The new flavors include Mini Bird's Nest Donut made with Cadbury mini eggs, Strawberry Egg Donut, Hatching Chick Donut, and Robin's Egg Donut. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode of the Funtendo Market Report on Tuesday, March 19th, 2024, where we don't act funny when it comes to the money.
Take that. Bingo. Bye-bye.